So, what is post-separation abuse? It's any domestic violence that occurs in the relationship, knowing that it can get worse later because it shifts to exerting control to terrorize and intimidate the healthier parent. And, I've talked a lot about most people come from the healthier human planet, but then there are people who look just like healthier humans who come from the hijackal human planet. And so we ascribe to people, all people, the healthier human traits. So we keep thinking, if only we love them a little more, if only we do more for them, if only we're patient, if only they feel stable, when they come to really believe how much I love them, then they will be reassured and they will treat me better. But when these people come from the mythical hijackal human planets, they're not going to do that because their main concern is, how do I get as much as I want from this? How do I exert control, exert power, manipulate, do anything so that it's all about me, so that I get what I want and I don't care about you? So it takes a while sometimes to really realize that you're with one of these relentlessly difficult people. And my definition of a hijackal, which is the term I created for them, so people wouldn't rush off giving them diagnoses they're not qualified to give. Hijackals are people who hijack relationships for their own purposes, and then they relentlessly scavenge those relationships for power, status, and control. So that may have set a light off in your mind and say, yes, that's exactly what happened. So post-separation abuse is the continuation of that power and abuse and control and that need for it. And it really gets ramped up when they think they're losing you, when they're failing at something because they hate that. And so that incites their anger and therefore perpetrates more abuse. And what happens when you leave them is it kind of shifts the abusers because of their need for control. They say, all right, how can I control you from afar? And I'll give you these 6 nasty ways that they go about it. And we all know, because I've talked about it so much, that hijackals must win at all times, in every moment, in every situation. And so that need for winning has to be shifted away from winning over you in the relationship and getting you to do what they want, to shifting to win in the court by doing anything that they need to do that's now external to the relationship. And another way that we get this post-separation abuse is they have a desire to punish or hurt the healthier partner. So they're riled up, they're angry, they're shamed in their own mind that they have failed, that you have left them. So of course it can't be their fault, it must be your fault. So they ramp up and they have a greater desire to hurt you or to punish you for doing this terrible thing to you, to them. And they say things like in their minds, how dare you not want me? How dare you not appreciate me? And then if you have children, this can actually turn to what we call ACEs, adverse childhood experiences for the children. And this becomes the driver for them to perpetrate more abuse. Now, there's so many pieces of it, but I wanted to share with you, I don't know if you know Tina Swithin's work, but it's called One Mom's Battle. And she provided this wonderful post-separation abuse wheel, which you can find at onemomsbattle.com. And so she offers 8 ways that the post-separation abuse wheel. She talks about alienating. She talks about neglecting or abusive parenting. She talks about counter-parenting. We'd like to call it co-parenting, but with a hijackal, it won't be that. It will turn into, at the best, parallel parenting. And usually the hijackal wants to engage in counter-parenting. So whatever you want, they don't want. And whatever you do, they do the opposite. It comes into financial abuse, into legal abuse, into harassment and stalking you, into isolation, into coercive control. I've done shows on most of these pieces, so you can go to youtube.com/for FOR relationship help, and you can do a search on there on those terms. You'll find it, and you can go and download the PDF of this so that you can look at it really carefully at onemomsbattle.com. So creating adverse childhood experiences, or ACEs, hijackals are great at it because they're using the children to get back at you. They're using the children in order to hopefully express their anger, express their shame, express all the nasty things they have inside them. So adverse childhood experiences are traumatic things that happen before the age of 18. So they could be abusive in many natures. They could be neglect. The parent just doesn't bother talking to the children, doesn't bother reaching out to them when they have them. They ignore them. It could be parental substance abuse. The person is using alcohol or drugs in front of the children, or using them and making the children witness it. They could be using domestic violence wherever they are, continuing to perpetrate it by turning it on the children. It could be that they're incarcerated, so they are unavailable to the children, and the children then have an adverse childhood experience. It could be that the parent has a mental illness or traits of personality disorders, as we talk about with hijackals. And it could be just the trauma of a family going through divorce with all of these things running in the background.